My name is David Kaiser, and I am a manager in the cloud digital platform at PricewaterhouseCoopers. So the cloud digital platform at PwC is about IT transformation. And that could range from an AWS implementation to Microsoft 365 or any technology transformation in between. The platform is designed to help clients succeed with their biggest challenges in today's ever-changing technological world. It was about 3.5 years. I wasn't unemployed the whole time. It was more of, I had a job, I was working. The job was okay, but hence okay means got to continue to look. And about midway through that process, I linked up with an old friend, Sandra, and I started talking about ExecuNet and what it could do to help me out, because I had been looking for a while and hadn't found too much. Well, my career is about 16, 17 years long. And I conducted my job search like I had 16 or 17 years ago. And I had a list of what I thought to be great accomplishments, and they were all lined up in my resume, and I would talk about them, and interview after interview. Some would proceed to almost the final end, but I wasn't really, I wasn't getting any offers, and I kept scratching my head. And I'm a problem solver by nature, so ultimately, when you end up not solving the problem, you have to ask yourself, all right, I must be doing something wrong. There's got to be something wrong, because I've got all this great stuff and it should be working, but it's not. So I was losing confidence fast until I, reached out to ExecuNet. Well, the biggest part about it was my understanding of the value I bring. And that's the tagline that you guys have given your methodology. I didn't quite understand it in the beginning, because like I said, I kept saying to myself, I've done all this great stuff, people should see it. People should see it. But, as it was explained to me, it's kind of like throwing a puzzle, an unsolved puzzle on the table in front of something and asking them to put it together. It doesn't happen when you do it that way, and you have to really present yourself in a value prop type way so that people they know exactly what they're getting. You're a commodity, you're a product. You have to lead the interviewers to that value. And that took me, I heard it, I understood it from its face value point of view, but until I got into it, I didn't really understand what I was doing wrong until I got into the value proposition of myself. Well, I've known Chandra for almost 30 years, so that was bonus number one, because I knew I could talk to her. We had a long-standing professional relationship. She kept telling me, you're gonna find a role. You're gonna find a role. With your background, it's a matter of time, but we've got to show you how to position yourself properly. That's what you're doing wrong. You've been so good at what you do, you've never thought about how to sell what you do. You've just kept your head down, and she just was like, it's a common problem with people mid-career like yourselves. You're so good at what you do, you never spend any time thinking about how you would tell somebody why you're so good at what you do. So she said, we've got to get you to that point. And so I took a leap of faith because of my relationship with Sandra, which led me to Mark. Mark's all about confidence. I was lacking some confidence really in the beginning until I started talking with him, and just working through my pitch, doing the homework, talking it through. I started to see the light, and Mark just helps you along with that, because you're unsure of yourself in the beginning, but when he's done with you, you're like, spot on, ready to go. Up into even talking through specific interviews, just helping you plot the course, understand your value, portray it right, and win the day. And there's so many quotes and stuff that I learned from him. I wrote a couple of them down. The best one that I wrote down, frankly, and I used it. I still use it. Be brief and be brilliant. And like that rung true for me, because I tend to maybe talk too much sometimes, and you got to stick to your proposition, your value, and you got to make sure that value is driven home in the most succinct, brilliant way possible. We spent a lot of time talking about that. So, those two individuals really won the day as far as, and I would boil it down for both of them as just the confidence they bring. Well, that's really simple. There's no other investment to make than an investment in yourself. And I go back to what Sandra said. You've done everything right in your career so far. We're just showing you how to shine that apple. You are the apple. And when it's okay to ask for help. I think that was a topic that came up a lot. She's like, a lot of people who are successful in their careers tend to think, I don't need help. I don't need help. You do need help, and it's okay to ask, and that's a sign of emotional intelligence. And you shouldn't be afraid to do it, to ask out. And everybody always gets concerned about, well, it's going to cost me money. The best money I ever spent was an investment in myself, and the proof is in my result. So that's what I would tell anyone to do, is make an investment in yourself.